You should be really proud of yourself.
I'm sorry for disappointing. Then we'll be doing everybody's favorite treadmill sprints. I'm Alanya. This is all for my psych MA.
Mind if we turn off the lights?
Yes. So if you guys don't know, this one is actually very interesting. It is called Sagneri. It is a 2026 movie. The story follows Anna, a deeply insecure medical student struggling with severe body dysmorphia and the trauma of her family issues. And obviously, she has a woman that is a love interest, and we will be breaking down the whole story because, to be honest, the ending of this movie definitely caught me by surprise. It was definitely a twist that I was not expecting. But to be honest, I really did enjoy the movie. It is full blown, despite everything that she has going on, is all about also involving their relationship and what they have going on. So this one is definitely, I would say, a lesbian movie. So we will be breaking down everything that happened between them. And I also want to know what is your personal opinion if you have watched the movie and what would you personally rate it from 1 to 10. So let's get right into more details and not waste any more time. As I already explained, Anna is a Sapphic first year medical student suffering from severe body dysmorphia and intense family traumas, especially when it comes to her father. So, as the movie progresses, we can actually see that her father is also, in this case, he is in this case obese. So, that is where her trauma stems from. And her mother also has her own issues going on. So, basically, she has a lot of family issues going on. On the other hand, we have Alanya, who is a highly fitness coach, and also she graduates students and helps them get in the best physical shapes that they can be. So basically, Anna ends up joining, Alana's program in order to get fit and to get to her body goals. So as the two start working together, Alana, in this case being Hannah's, instructor, Alana starts to be deeply interested in Alana, believing she must radically, basically alter her body to be deemed worth of Alana's affection, and she becomes obsessed with weight loss. Using her medical school assets, Anna discovers the secret ingredient. In this case, the secret ingredient is human ashes. So she basically ends up stealing and starting to consume the human ashes from an obese medical cadaver. She starts to cause horrific cycle where the angry ghost, in this case, the angry ghost of the obese, person that she ends up, taking these ashes from, starts to hunt her and consume her completely because she didn't realize that the side effects of her consuming human ashes would take her to this point where she was just over consuming, overeating, and she couldn't understand the more she ate, the more weight she was losing. So at the beginning, she was enjoying it because she was having, the best of both worlds where you can eat, and at the same time lose weight. So she was just enjoying the process. And you can see that, that also started to bring her and Alana even more closer because the more weight she lost, the more she and Alana started to get closer because Alana started to be very proud of her for the effort that she was making in order to lose weight, not understanding what's actually behind it all. But obviously, things didn't last long in this case. Alana obviously she is a very smart, professional, and she started to notice that something might be wrong. So one day they were, doing the mandatory, scale routine, and she ended up realizing that, something is not normal, that something is going on, and she feels like Anna is not taking the right, in this case, steps in order to lose weight. She ended up having this very deep conversation with Anna, basically telling her, I know you're doing something, and whatever you do, you need to stop because it's not normal for you to be losing all this weight so fast. Obviously, Anna insists in, no, I'm doing the right thing. Basically, more of the story, just saying that, she's not doing anything that she's not supposed to be doing, basically just lying to Alana. Obviously, Alana ends up, just, trying to trust Anna, if she speaking the truth, but you can just see that the side effects of of, in this case, of the human ashes that she's been taking just starts to get worse and worse and worse. She starts to get nightmares. She starts to be like she starts like to be like just going through a lot mentally, physically, emotionally. Everything was just going down, in this case, down bad for, in this case, Anna started to realize, and she actually wanted to stop, but the moment she realized, it was too late for her to stop because her body was already consumed by the ghost that is hunting her. Obviously, later on, you can see that, Alana makes a move on Anna, actually a very surprising move, and they actually end up hooking up. That's the moment where everything for Anna's changes. She starts to eat better. She starts to work out more. I feel like she wasn't taking the ashes no more. She starts to eat healthier, just salads and fruits and vegetables, and just doing everything different the moment she and Elena, in this case, had that first kiss in that moment together. But obviously, it wasn't as easy because the ghost was still there hunting her. And the moment she rejects eating and getting off what she was getting on, off in this case, the ghost was just there to hunt, to hunt, to hunt, to hunt her, until the very moment where she realized that she needs to make a very, very, very big change, and she came up with a form to end this whole, cycle that she's been going through. So her friend actually ends up helping her out, and at the end of the movie we can see that she probably thought that she was released. She probably thought that, everything is over and now she can have a fresh start, and now she can finally, start and go and fix things with Alana, because she and Alana, they also had their situation after another situation happened. So she finally found a way to release herself from this coach. She thought she finally found the formula and she could finally be free. She went through all the steps, and when it came a moment where she was like, okay, now it's time for me to go make peace with Alana and make things right with her. She actually ends up bringing her groceries, because there was a situation that happened at night, because she was night eating and she didn't realize she was night eating. And obviously, Alana ends up finding her in the kitchen. She didn't know what to do. She just grabbed herself and she left. And after that, we didn't see her and Alana together anymore. She stopped going to the gym. Obviously, Alana always reached out to her to make sure she's okay. So by the end of the movie, she basically just apologizes to Elena and say, like, I definitely do want to explain everything that I've been going on, but just trust me that I'm trying. I'm trying. I cannot basically tell you everything that I have going on, but I'm trying. And obviously, Alana was super understanding regarding the situation. They end up, hooking up. Alana wanted her to open, and they just start kissing and making out and just having a moment together. But there came a moment that, there was no back for the two, because, as they were in that intimate moment with one another, you can just see that Anna got so consumed by the moment, and the ghost finally won. Yes, we can basically say that her battle, what she failed to win her battle. She might have won the battle, but she didn't win, in this case, the WAR. So she basically end up eating, yes, eating Alana. Yes, so she was so like into it, and she didn't realize that the ghost was still inside of her, and it came a moment where she couldn't, win anymore. The ghost just took her all over. She got 100% consumed by it, and she couldn't stop, and she ended up, in this case, eating Alana, and obviously Alana ends up passing away. And you can just see the final scene where Alana was spread out on the couch, and you can see, Anna in a corner, just consumed, like she was out of herself. It wasn't her anymore. It wasn't Anna anymore. It was the ghost who took over, and the ghost, just end up consuming her whole body, mind, and soul. So that was the final of the movie. For more details, I will highly recommend watching, guys. It's a very interesting movie, and